Hi, I'm Derek Miller. I've been to GnomeDex. Actually, the one time I spoke at GnomeDex, I wasn't here, but complicated. Anyway, what inspired me to just come up here, like just 2 seconds ago I thought about it, was having Phil Plait here, because he's an astronomer and he worked for NASA, and you sort of think that astronomy is one of these things where you got to work for NASA and you got to get millions of dollars and send a probe to Mars, and that's not true. It's actually one of the few, well, it's a scientific endeavor that anybody can do. In fact, amateur astronomers make a big contribution. So I'm going to show you something my dad did. And that is, let me just find it here. Essentially, there's a lot of astronomers who set up telescopes in their backyards and do all sorts of interesting stuff. And what I got to do is go to the sets here, sorry. And one of the interesting things you can do is, even when it's not a dark night, or if you live in a city where there's too much light and stuff, you can do something during the day and look at the sun. And one of the things he did on a sort of semi-cloudy day that looked like this is he put a filter over the front of his telescope in our backyard, and this was what the weather looked like in the backyard, nothing too exciting. And he took this picture, which is the sun, and oh, no, I don't want that. There's a sunspot, and this is the planet Mercury going across the face of the sun, and here's a bit of a close-up. So that's a sunspot, and that's the planet Mercury zipping across the surface of the sun. And you can do that in your backyard. Something else that somebody did in the backyard, you might have seen this one. I think this was an amateur guy. Yeah, this one. Similar picture, actually. You've got a picture here. But this is not Mercury going across the surface of the sun. This is the International Space Station going across the surface of the sun, which somebody took in his backyard with his own telescope. So if you're into that, you can do that sort of thing, which I think is pretty cool. That's it.
It is cool. Thank you. I got it. It's okay.